Hello everyone. Let's discuss a poem by William Morris today, that is The Haystack in the Floods. So first of all we can discuss a little bit about the writer William Morris. He was born in the year 1834 to 1896. William Morris produced a great amount of poetry and was one of the most conspicuous figures in mid-Victorian literature. He was born near London, the son of a wealthy merchant, and was educated at Marlborough and Oxford. His wealth, freeing him from the drudgery of a profession, permitted him to take a lively and practical interest in the questions of his day. His great energy and powerful mind led him to take very decided views, sometimes of an original nature, upon art, education, politics, and even social problems. His major works include The Defense of Guinevere and other poems. This work shows his love of beauty of color, sound, and scenery, and also his passion for the medieval. And then another work, The Life and Death of Jason, in the year 1867. It's a heroic poem. And then The Earthly Paradise. It is a collection of tales, some classical, some medieval. And then his finest long narrative poems, The Story of Sigurd the Volsung and The Fall of the Nibelungs. These are based on the Norse sagas. And Poems by the Way. All these are his major collections or major works of poetry. Other major works include Hopes and Fears for Art. It is best of his lectures. It is one of his lectures, Hopes and Fears for Art. Then Signs of Change. So his interest in the medieval, it drew him into the pre-Raphaelite brotherhood. His reverence for Chaucer and his love of Icelandic saga combined to give his style an archaic flavor. He had the artist's passion for beauty, which finds its best expression in his fine English landscapes and the rich tapestry descriptions of his narrative poems. This present poem, The Haystack in the Flood, it is a narrative poem of 160 lines by William Morris. It was first published in The Defense of Guinevere and other poems in 1858. It is one of his best known poems. The Haystack in the Flood is one of his best known poems, which was first published in The Defense of Guinevere and other poems. This poem, it is set in the historical background of the 100 Years' War. The tale begins in media res with two questions. Had she come all the way for this, to part at last without a kiss? It is about the wayside ambush and gruesome murder of an English knight, Sir Robert de Marny, in plain sight of his French lover Jehan. This poem is set in 1356, after the defeat of the French at Poitiers by Edward the Black Prince, an English knight. And Sir Robert de Marny is travelling through France with his mistress Jehan, heading for the English-controlled safety of Gascony, but they are suddenly surrounded by French enemy Godmer and his troops. Robert tries to soothe fears among his own ranks by evoking the English victory at Poitiers, even though they are outnumbered nearly 2-1. His troops are somber and silent, offering no resistance when Robert is pulled from his horse. Godmer offers Jehan two choices, a life with him or a death with her lover. But Jehan refuses to yield. Godmer also reminds Jehan that if she is returned to the French people, she will have to undergo trial by water, which was used to determine whether a young maiden was pure or not. If she was innocent, she would drown. If she was not, she would swim and reach the shore, where she would be burned to death. But Jehan still refuses to yield, and she threatens to kill Godmer while he sleeps by strangling him or biting through his throat. So what happened is Jahan is not at all ready to yield to Godmer, and so what Godmer did was he murdered the knight, murdered Robert. Okay, and Jahan, she had no other options. Her hands cold, smiling ruefully, and perhaps driven mad, is off to prison in Paris to be burned or drowned as a traitor. So she was just looking at all these activities of Godmer. She couldn't do anything to save the knight, or she could only simply look at all the activities that was going on before her. Even though she went back to Paris, she have to undergo a trial. There she will be burned or drowned as a traitor. So she has no other hope. This poem is a modern poem. This poem is considered to be a modern poem, one with an immediate impact that resonates in the mind long after it has been read. His view of the medieval goes beyond castles, heroic quests and mots, delving into psychologically deeper recesses and addressing the banality of evil. There is a vivid imagery in this poem which was used by Morris, and it sets the pace of the poem as well as the darkness of the landscape and the gruesome ending. It captures the movement of the scenes like a camera captures the movements in a shot.